Hey guys, it's Rakers from Social Media Daredevil, and today we're going to talk about taking action and beating procrastination. And for a lot of you, well, the first thing we're going to do is break down what is procrastination. Why does it happen? A lot of times it's just a way to alleviate stress. If you're watching this and you know you're a procrastinator, there's a good chance that you're probably a perfectionist, or at least you're a little bit insecure about maybe the product or services that you're putting out there. Because I read this the other day, it was fascinating. It was basically saying procrastinators, a lot of times, they start to get stressed out. So they're like, I know I need to do this thing, but if I'm gonna present it, it really needs to be perfect. And the thought of making it perfect, making it this really wonderful thing, stresses them out. They're like, it's gonna be so much time, it's gonna be so much effort, and even if I do it, what if it's not received well? And then you start to push it off because of that stress, because you're like, I don't think I can do it, I can't do it properly. So you just keep putting it off, you keep putting it off, you keep putting it off. So I want you guys to start thinking, there's a really great book, it's called Ready, Fire, Aim. And in the book, and there's a lot of other, it's funny, after I read that, I started seeing that from other really successful people who are like, look, it's not ready, aim, fire. It's not ready, aim, because a lot of people, you're gonna like aim, and you really get stuck on the aiming and like, I really have to make this perfect. This is my one shot, and it's not your one shot. You're gonna have many shots. In fact, there's a good chance that whatever you try might not work so well. But you won't know that if you don't try. And there's also that saying too, right? Fail fast, so that you know what doesn't work, so you can find out what does work quicker.
I am the smartest man alive!
You know, there was this really great story, I forgot what the book was called. I think it was called Hatched, the story of Twitter. And the guys who were starting it, Jack Dorsey was not the guy who thought of it, but he was in the room, and there was a couple of guys that were fighting back and forth. One guy wanted to start it and release it right away, and the other one was like, no, we really need it. It's not ready, and they kept going back and forth, and it was going back and forth for like weeks. And one of the guys on the team just said, hey, just so you know, I just released it. It's open, it's live. And the guy was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's out there. And if we mess things up, we'll figure it out. We're just gonna do it. And as we see the problems, we'll fix them. Because as you try to anticipate every single problem that could happen, again, you just run into that like, oh, I can't even think of all those things, so I'm not gonna do that right now, or I'm gonna keep putting it off. Don't do that. So I just want you guys to start realizing why a lot of you guys are procrastinating, getting over that, to do something, take some kind of action this week, whether it's building a product or even this, getting in front of the camera, doing something on a Instagram story, something to put your face out there, or do something that you've been putting off because you're a little bit insecure about the outcome. So let go of that. Be okay to mess things up. I'm sure I messed a few things up in this as well. So put your stuff out, whether it's a product, video, whatever it is that you've been stressing and procrastinating on. I want you to put it out there as quickly as possible, just to get out there, get some information. If you really don't like it, you can pull it back in, you can reel it back in, but do something, take some action today, okay? I hope that helped you guys out, and we'll talk to you soon.